with it being the extreme fear, anytime that needle's in the red, your portfolio is going to be in the red. Anytime that
True.
needle's in the green, your portfolio is going to be in the green. So that's a very good way to dictate where everything is going. So I would just like for it to go like this real quick, just so I can see where I'm at, get a good baseline, and then it can, do whatever it does naturally. So hey, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Two Crypto Noobs. My name is Amir.
And my name is Zainab.
And today we are going to get into the current news that is out. But first, make sure you like as well as subscribe so that you can be notified when we create new content and you can get the first crypto news information out. So without further ado, let's get started like always with our coin, Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is in recovery mode, guys. We have a total market cap of all cryptocurrency at 2.5 trillion, which is up 6.8%. And we also have a price of Bitcoin, which is currently sitting at $51,617.48, which is amazing. We are up 5.7%. We have broke the resistance at 50,000, which means that as of right now, we are in recovery mode. So we should start seeing some gains from the Bitcoin as well as other altcoins as they follow its lead. So what we're going to do is we're going to go down and talk about the 24-hour low as well as high. Our 24-hour low was $48,846.12. And our high is $51,943.44. So healthy recovery going on there. Yeah. As you can see for our 24-hour chart on the left-hand side of the screen, we do see the rise where it broke that $41,000 price point, and now we're in consolidation mode. As you can see, it's a sideways trend, which means that we're consolidating. So we do have to wait and see what happens next, but we are in recovery mode, which is good enough for me.
Absolutely. Okay, let's take a look at the fear and greed index this morning or this afternoon. So we're still sitting at extreme fear at 25. And as we've said, numerous of times with the recovery of Bitcoin, that's great. Also, though, this is still a buying opportunity. So just remember, extreme fear is a buying opportunity. Extreme greed, we know that we're due for a correction. So this is the overall cryptocurrency market is recovering well. So that's great.
Yeah, that is great. I like to see that extreme fear and greed index the fear and greed index go up. At the end of the day, of course, I love my coins on sale. I love it on sale, but with it being the extreme fear, anytime that needle's in the red, your portfolio is going to be in the red. Anytime that needle's in the green, your portfolio is going to be in the green. So that's a very good way to dictate where everything is going. So I would just like for it to go like this real quick, just so I can see where I'm at, get a good baseline, and then it can, do whatever it does naturally. So that's it for the fear and greed index.
Yeah. And so speaking of buying opportunities, although there were some whales that sold during the dip and caused the dip, there were 3.3 billion Bitcoin bought in 3 days by whales. So you got to think about it. This cryptocurrency is not stopping. Don't let the price be a deterrent from getting into the market. Not financial advice, but it's true. As soon as the dip happened, some whales sold off. We're back at it. 3.3 billion added in 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. And let's not be fooled here. We all understand money, or we're trying to understand money, right? So let's be clear. The whales sold to push the price down so that they can buy again. They're not necessarily, selling because of, this strain, and they're selling because of this piece of news history. It's just market manipulation, guys. And so as long as we understand that, we'll understand what's really going on here. So yeah, those whales sold and took profit on what they bought previously, but they're buying at the lowest point that they think Bitcoin is going to be so that they can get it in at a good price and start collecting profits again as it goes to all-time highs. So at the end of the day, thank you, whales, for buying $3 billion worth of Bitcoin so that we can start this uptrend. But don't let price fool you guys. It's manipulation going on, and it's strategic and it's purposeful. So
and it's a cycle. And once you learn and research cryptocurrency cycles, you will understand what happens. You know what I'm saying? So just take some time, research how leverage in the cycle works with leverage, research the whale games that happen, and then you'll be able to make more money by what? Buying the dips, because you're going to expect them. So just research.
Yep.
Yeah, so let's talk about Ethereum for a minute.
Okay.
So a few days back, we presented an article about Su, who talked about Ethereum and how he was going to abandon Ethereum because Ethereum abandoned new potential users, right? And I do agree with his thought process in terms of abandoning its users or potential new users that are coming into the space due to the fees that are associated with Ethereum. However, Zoo took advantage of the dip with Ethereum and received $400 million worth of Ethereum in wallets associated with 3 Hour Capital in 2 days during the dip. So he kind of has a love-hate relationship, it appears, with
Does he?
Ethereum, wherein he's
Was
going
he
to use his
creating?
common sense. He doesn't like it,
Mm,
but he's going to make money off of it, right?
more to it. I do believe that it's more to the narrative of FUD creation. Like, I mean, do millionaires and billionaires really care about retail investors? Do they really? Do they really? You see
True,
what I'm saying? Because they can afford the
true.
fees or whatever. So maybe he was just generating some type of FUD because we know Ethereum is not going anywhere. Yes, retail investors can't get involved at the price points, but there are some people who are still retail investors who can afford it, and the millionaires and billionaires who's really buying it can't afford the fees. So, I mean, hey, maybe he cares, maybe he doesn't, but what he did do is take advantage of the
Exactly.
400 million. So at the end of the day, shout out to him. He should expect great things from the 400 million that he got. It should do some numbers in the future. But I'm not fooled. I'm sorry. I'm not fooled.
Right. And then we also have to understand that during this bear run that we had, Ethereum stayed pretty stable, mainly due to those fees that are being charged for the swaps and to exchange of coins and everything. So, and for their network. So the same thing that we complain about is the same thing that kept them afloat during
Right.
this little bear run that we had,
Right.
bear market that we had. Yep.
Yep.
So let's talk about SHIB for a minute. Shiba Inu recovers 30% in the last 3 days, putting 64% of holders back into profit. So SHIB is turning into one of the most notable and talked about quote unquote meme coin, but we call it community coins in the top 10 for
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely. Shiba Inu recovering 30% in the last 3 days. Look, we all noticed that Shiba Inu is at the top of headlines. It's all over the place. Anytime you get on any type of app or any type of social media platform, you're going to see the Shiba dog. It's just inevitable, right? And so it does make sense for it to have recovered 30% in the last 3 days. So as we see here, we do have a strong recovery after a $400 million sell-off. A lot of large holders sold $400 million of their holdings, but bought back $100 million. And then also some other whales took advantage of the dump as well. So at the
Right.
end of the day, like I said before, it is market manipulation. If you sell 400 million, then buy 100 million, you're strategically flipping the particular coin. And they're doing it because they understand the cycle and they understand what happens to price. Price always returns to where it was before. And so these whales know exactly what they're doing. And so the goal is to replicate the formula, but just on a smaller scale that you can afford. So
That's true. And one of the things that I do, I know personally for myself, not financial advice, is I do not let the whales eat up my, one of the things that I do is that I do not let the whales eat up my coins or take my coins from me. So I personally, not financial advice, but I personally don't sell. I don't sell. I hold. And as you see here on the Into the Block website, you can see that we're at 56.94% of holders that are in the money, right? We have 35% out of the money, and we have 7% at the money, a little over 7% at the money. So yeah, Shiba Inu is holding their own, really.
Yeah, they are holding their own, and it's good to see stuff like this because for 56% of Shiba Inu holders to be in profit, that's an actually great number. And then that
Right,
7% that is at the money, they're not winning or losing. And I'm pretty sure the majority of the people who are out of the money probably bought Shiba Inu during FOMO season when it was going
right.
up, and then they ended up under consequences for not buying the dip and FOMOing in when it was trending and when it was going up. So shout out to everybody who is in the money, and that 30% increase definitely filled our wallets up a little bit. So I'm looking forward to any news that is going on with Shiba Inu because great things are going to come from this particular coin. So
Right, absolutely. And again, during a downward turn in the market, to have 50% in the money, like you said, is great. Is great. So let's go to our next article. We'll be talking a little bit about the top play to earn NFT games for December 2021. And we want to look at the list of games. This is not financial advice. This is just information and you can research it on your own. But 5 of the top games that you should look at investing in December is Splinterlands, Alien Worlds, Axie Infinity, Crypto Mines, and Atari Games. And so I know this morning I was looking to purchase Atari Games. And again, this is your own research. It's not financial advice. You have to do your own research, but gaming tends to define the market when we have a downturn. Again, as I stated earlier, I'm looking to get into Atari Games. I was researching it this morning and also looking at the opportunities to get in at a pretty good price right now. Atari Games is doing some consolidation and the price is down, not considerably, but enough to where I would want to invest. Again, not financial advice.
Yeah, so we do have a couple of gaming coins, and as we stated before, gaming coins sometimes defies the laws of bearish markets. Usually during that time, they're either consolidating or going up. It's actually a weird phenomenon, but at the end of the day, these play to earn games, they're consistently creating some type of generating some type of bullish activity, mainly because people are earning as they're playing, and you have to buy coins in order to play. People love playing games. People love the idea of actually getting paid for playing video games and beating their competitors. I definitely think it's something that we should invest in, especially since the metaverse is becoming a big thing these days. So I do have Alien Worlds, which is a very, very good coin to have. It has shown me much love in the past couple of months, and I do plan to expand my portfolio. So there's a lot of different things that you should do with your portfolio, and the main thing you want to do is diversify.
Right.
So you want to have gaming, you want to have blockchain tokens, you want to have cross-chain tokens, you want to have all types of different tokens so that your portfolio can be balanced, so it could hold some support no matter what's going on. So it's a pretty good thing to have these gaming coins, and I'm looking forward to purchasing more in the future.
Yeah, me too. So that's all on my end.
All right, so that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for joining and tuning in. Please, please, please make sure that you like this video if you learned anything today, and please make sure that you subscribe so you won't miss out on any future news that we have in store for you. Thank you so much for tuning in to Two Crypto Noobs, and noobs are out. Peace.
Noobs out. Peace.